Thanks for joining the Unbound Nomad. I'm back today because I'm getting ready for this long road trip. I'm going to be riding from Maine to Ohio and then flying down from Ohio to Florida. I'll be jumping on a different motorcycle and then riding from Florida back up to Ohio, hopping back on the Indian, and then back here to Maine to finish out my summer. So I'm getting ready to pack, or I've got all of my gear here ready to go, and we're going to start just kind of talking through some of the gear that I'll be taking with me on this road trip and getting ready to pack the bike. So the first thing I like to start with is the helmet. So this is an HJC. I've had this helmet for about 2.5, 3 years now. Really like this. This is a really solid helmet. It's nice and fairly noise proof when you're going down freeway speed. It is full face helmet. I prefer full face mostly when I'm riding. I don't like to wear a helmet in general, but you know, personal preference and all. However, where it's required, anytime I hit bad weather, you'll see I got the GoPro mount here, so I might be, you know, trying to take some video, and also we've got some Bluetooth communications here. I'm actually going to do a review on this Lexan B4 FM in another video, and I have another Lexan unit that we'll talk about as well and kind of compare and contrast. But the helmet, very, very important piece of such a long road trip. I'll be going through a lot of states that do require helmet wear, so I want to be ready for that. Alright, so we've looked at the helmet. Now we're going to talk through some of the other gear that I'll be packing on the bike. I'm going to have several different what I'll call layers of packing here. I've got to take things that I need to have that are accessible on the ride, things that I can get to quickly. For example, the rain suit, leather. We'll talk about that. But I'll also have my clothing. This is going to be about a week trip. Obviously not going to be making it in one shot, so we have some overnights and some toiletries and all of that we'll be talking about. We're going to talk also a little bit about I have to take my work gear too, so how will we compartmentalize all that. But first, looking at the stuff we're going to keep on the bike. So riding leather, in my opinion, this is pretty important. If I'm going on a long ride, I want to have my leather with me. It's pretty water resistant, so I really like that. It also can give you some protection from the sun. Sure, you're going to be warm, but it's better than baking in the sun all day. And I'm going to be riding probably, you know, anywhere from 7 to probably 10 hours through the day, and I really want to be able to just be prepared. So while it is August, I'm probably not going to need the heavy leather, but this is definitely something that I will be keeping with me. So I've also got a lightweight rain suit here. This is 2 pieces, pants and jacket, and this is something that, you know, I used to not really care to put anything on. But now that I've gotten a little bit older, I prefer to be comfortable while I'm riding. So if I'm going to hit some considerable rain, then I'm definitely going to put the rain suit on. The next piece, the med kit. This is very important. I'm not going to go into the contents here. We're going to do this as a separate review, but we definitely do want to have some medical gear with us in case something bad happens on the road. Cargo net, self-explanatory. I'm going to have a lot of gear. We're probably going to need this at some point, so cargo net. And I'll probably throw an extra bungee in too, just to have it, or a second cargo net. These things are really great to have on the road. Elastic, very flexible. You can put things pretty much anywhere you need to with this, so cargo net, definitely. Keep a pair of work gloves. Again, it's August, so the chances of needing cold weather gear, not very likely. Might run into some rain. It's looking like it's going to be a pretty wet ride, at least for the first bit, so maybe good for some rain protection. Some folks like to wear gloves all the time. I really only keep them in case I need them, so if we were to break down and I needed to like fix the bike or something, then we have gloves. Okay, something else that I like to keep, especially for long road trips, is a portable air compressor. So this plugs in just to the cigarette lighter 12-volt adapter here, and adjustable digital pressure gauge, automatic fill. It's also got a light, which is really nice in case you're in the dark. Although if you don't have a flashlight, get a flashlight. And it's just really smart to have something, you know, that you can, if you run into problems on the road, you want to be able to get back on the road and get to safety. So a portable compressor and a tire repair kit, which reminds me, by the way, I have to pick one up on my way out of town because my tire repair kit has gotten a little old, a little funky. Okay, so that's most of like the actual gear. The stuff that I'm talking about now is more luxury and comfort items that I pack on the motorcycle. I always keep a few of these microfiber rags. They're quite helpful. And then just a clean towel for on the road. You never know when you need it. I also, along these lines, I keep a few of these. This is a compressed, let's see if we can get that in here. So this is just a compressed pill towel. So you drop this in some water and you've got yourself a nice, more than disposable towel. I mean, it's not paper towel, but not quite terry cloth, so kind of somewhere in between. So I keep myself a small handful of these just in case I need to use them. You never know. I also keep a light stash of clothes with me. And again, this is stuff that's going to be on the bike, stuff that I'm going to want to be able to access quickly. If the weather changes or, you know, something drastic happens, I want to be able to get myself back to comfortable. So I've got some long underwear here. Again, it's August. I probably won't need those, but you never know. Change of shorts and a long sleeve shirt. So this is one of those dry, moisture wicking, dry technology, whatever shirts. Long sleeve, again, lightweight. It's protecting me from the sun. If I'm warm, it's helping to keep me cool. If I'm cool, it's helping a little bit to keep me warm. So a good first layer of defense. The trusty hoodie. You know, I'm up here in Maine for the summer, and I've been having to wear this hoodie quite a bit. So taking it on the bike is going to be nice. Making sure that I have it in case you know, the weather shifts or we hit any cold spots. The trusty hoodie, and combined with my heavy leather, you know, we're going to be pretty comfortable. Got a spare dry bag here. We're about to be packing all this gear onto the bike. I'm not really sure where this will come in handy, but dry bag. We'll be taking the GoPro and also this camera that we've got. So taking the GoPro along for, you know, helmet cam and other things like that. So now we're getting into some of the technical gear here, and I'm going to have my work bag. So we're probably going to see another video about the work stuff that I have to carry with me. I've got a lot of technical gear that will go on this road trip, but having a couple of battery packs, very helpful. It's nice to have these in case the GoPro dies, if the camera needs some juice. My Bluetooth headset on the helmet might die after a day's worth of listening to Spotify on the road, so having a couple of chargers, really helpful. Never leave home without a hotspot. I've got one on my phone, but again, I have to work while I'm on the road, so making sure that if I can't find reliable internet, that I have it with me. The kick plate. These are good for, you know, gravel, asphalt on a hot day. You don't just want to put your kickstand down. I've seen them melt into the asphalt, so being able to have a good stable spot to put your kickstand down, you know, this disperses the weight pretty well, protects you from, you know, dirt being soft and the bike falling over, things like that. So kick plate, awesome. And that's it, friends. That's all there is to it. That is pretty much everything that I will be packing on the bike that isn't my work bag and then a bag of clothes. So those things, you know, we'll talk about once I get them packed. We'll talk about where and how all of this stuff is going to ride on the bike. But we'll also be looking down the future about some posts. I'll dissect the work bag. I'll look through the clothing bag and just kind of show, you know, what we pack and how. But you know, the context of the ride and what you're doing and where you're going to be going is really what drives all of this stuff. It's the end of August. I'm probably not going to run into a heck of a lot of cold weather. I'm probably going to hit some rain, so I want to be prepared for that. I'm going to be spending a lot of time in the saddle here, so I want to make sure that I am comfortable, but also not overpacking. So with what I have here, I feel pretty safe that I'm going to be able to get down the road, get where I'm going, and not worry too much about any problems that might sneak up on me.